you said you've been dancing since you were 13. What studios have you danced at? Would you say the dance community is like really competitive? Is it positive? Just kind of walk me through that experience because that's a decade you've been doing that. How do you make money? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah. We're going to go. We're going to get
we're going.
We're going.
Hey guys, it's Brittany Broski, and I'm so excited to be hosting the official TikTok For You podcast. We're going to be hearing all about our guests' creative backgrounds, where they come from, their bathroom habits, and it's all here on the TikTok official For You podcast. Don't forget to subscribe so you're notified every time we drop a new episode. Today, you've seen him, you know him. You've seen him tearing it up in an 80s windbreaker tracksuit, just spewing motivation. It's Jason Rodelo. He's one of TikTok's most popular creators and choreographers. You've seen him just butt sweating it up. I had the absolute pleasure of sitting down with Jason Rodelo to hear his story. So here's that interview. Enjoy. Jason!
What's good?
Jason Rodelo.
Hey, Brett.
Do you ever get tired of people doing that to you?
Absolutely not. I mean, it's just been happening since I was in the 10th grade about 10 years ago. And people think they're so original. They're just like, yo, Jason Rodelo. Like, I'm like, yeah, I've never heard that.
Every day is a nightmare for me.
Yeah. Ever since that man released music, my life has taken a turn, you know, but whatever, we're going to keep it pushing.
Wow. All right. Well, I want to start off with what's your story? What are you doing? Who are you? Where you come from? How old are you? Give us the Jason Rodelo story.
Just from the top. All right. Dang. Shoot it into it, Brittany. I like your style. So for me, yeah, my name is Jason Rodelo. I'm 26. I used to be a professional dancer. I'm still a professional dancer. I came up within I'm born and raised here in LA. But not like city LA, more like the LA County, San Fernando Valley area. Grew up in like a nice little suburb home, was raised by two amazing parents. Yeah, I mean, a little fast forward into that. I grew up in the dance world industry. That was like my main profession for like a large part of my life since I got into it since I was 13. So I'm 26 now.
Dang. So, I mean, well, you just like absolutely tearing it up in your room. And you're like, man, I need to just.
It's weird. Something like that. It was, there was a specific moment and I will never forget it. I still got like glimpses of it in my mind, but it was after watching, and I never danced before this, but I watched a Chris Brown music video, To Wall to Wall. You know that song, The Wall to Wall?
Of course, I know Wall to Wall.
Yeah. A few of us know, you know, some of the younger generation might be a little hazy on that one. But yeah, so I saw the dancing vampires and Chris Brown going off, and I was like, I couldn't even explain it, man. Like, I just thought it was the coolest thing ever, and I wanted to just do it. There was one move where he was just doing like a little two-step, like 1 and 2 and 3. I just learned that, and I was like, okay, fell in love. Did it in front of my friends at like a weird middle school, like
this is my secret power.
Lunchtime dance. I did it in front of my friends at a lunchtime dance, bro. Got some response from girls, which was like never a thing. And I was like, okay, this is it.
The adrenaline of a lunchtime dance, little lunchtime dance break.
Yeah,
bro. So you've been dancing for a long time. When did that transition to TikTok dance come about? When did you download the app? Well, you know, what kind of drew you to it? Like, what happened?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think for TikTok, my relationship with TikTok is so interesting, man. I think as a professional dancer, and this is kind of like an energy around a lot of dancers, I guess, in the industry who've been like training, taking classes. So when a thing like TikTok came around, a lot of us were just like,
right.
What's going on here, you know? Like simple dances. You're just like, oh God, like I can never see myself doing this. I'm over here. I work 10 hours a day to do like official music videos and whatnot. Like there's a lot of that. Sweaty butt crack, bro. Like, yeah, exactly. I'm out here eating one meal a day, just, you know, get by. And then all of a sudden people are just hitting some of these. And man, I used to honestly dislike the app, but that was just me like prejudging it before not knowing anything about it. Thinking like, you know, so yeah, but then I started seeing like, I guess a little bit before the quarantine, like it was popping off a bit, and then quarantine, it just like took off. And I
So
was
early
like, okay.
2020. Early 2020.
Yeah, I was early 2020. So
Well, what was the breakthrough video for you? What was the first one that you kind of posted with the intention, or did you have the intention of kind of popping off?
yeah, so that's where the transition happened. So I used to like not like it at all. Quarantine happened, the dance world was shut, and like literally all my opportunities, all my income flow, all my just way of living was like swept. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it was like one of those, you know, whole life ego death moments, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
So yeah, after that, you know, and I really started looking at TikTok. It was something I kind of disliked at first, but I was like, you know what? I think I people would always tell me like, Jason, you should do it, man. Like, cause you do dance videos. I used to do dance comedy videos, like dance comedy, like specific. If you were a dancer, you would get the comedy that I'm like doing in a sense, or, you know, one of those things. So, yeah, anyways, so after quarantine, I decided to take it serious, take my time. I developed, I guess through the time I was going through a lot of like self-help stuff, you know, going through a little quarantine depression, you know, classic quarantine depression.
The classic
you too.
Girl, everybody. It was intense those first couple months. It was like, oh, so this is gonna be how it is.
Yeah, this is the new way of living. Okay, so we gotta just literally suck it up and adapt, man. But yeah, so
coping type situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
I started observing a lot, and then I started seeing like, okay, there's actually some things like on this. Oh, okay, yeah, we can do this. Okay, for sure. I'm gonna take a stab at it, and then I'm gonna go full force at it. I know with TikTok, like in my mind at first, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to just keep posting. I know consistency is a TikTok thing. Maybe after like my 100th video, I'll probably start getting some views or something. You know, I came up with that motivational character. That was my first character, like coming back into TikTok, and then it just took off from there. So I think my first video was, "Don't forget to try new things." Oh, come on, Brittany, you know, like, and that was like,
that first video.
That was my first video coming back from like that took off.
We were looking at videos of like, you know, what was I tried to remember what was the first one that I saw of yours. And I literally, if we can probably edit this in later. It's this one, right? That you're talking about.
Do not forget to try new things. Okay?
That's the one. Yeah.
Very just like uplifting moment. I had commented on it and I said, needed this. I went back to like save the video and I was like, damn, I've been there. I've been a fan. But I
was one of the first ones now.
You were one of the first ones. So this sort of, because it is a character. I mean, pretty much everything as creators that we do online, give or take, is a character in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Or like an enhanced caricature of ourselves. This, you know, creation, did it really come from just like, you know, battling some demons within like the whole Corona situation? Or has that been a character? Kind of, how did you create that?
Right. So I would just say it's like a Jason on just 3 bang energies, man, with with an extra dose of positivity for sure. It's definitely it's a lot of stuff. I'm a generally positive person. And I think it's funny. I definitely created that character out of what I was going through. So even me saying the message, don't forget to try new things, like that was me trying new. I've never put on a whole ass suit and like tried to play a character like tackling TikTok. I was like, yeah. So that was something I genuinely resonated with. So yeah, a little bit of myself is in it, and a little bit of you know, a little bit of extraness, a little bit of something for the people, you know.
A little pizzazz for the people.
A little pizzazz, a little spice, you know. Keep it fresh, keep it fun.
Were you just overwhelmed by the reaction that got? Was it like immediate, or was it you checked back in a week and you're like, oh dang?
Yeah, it almost, I think within the first week, I posted about 2 to 3 videos. And then those first 2, I think, do not forget to try new things. And if your boyfriend made an OnlyFans during the quarantine, just let it slide, right? So those 2, after I posted my first 3, those 2 started catching fire. I think from there, just like went up. So yeah, I think after the first 3, it really started taking off. So literally within the first week, the end of the first week.
Wow. That's all it takes.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the TikTok app, man. It can make careers in a second. It can just literally almost change your way of living in a moment. It's insane. I see it every day to this. till this day. It's
yeah.
really cool.
I mean, you and I are kind of living proof of like, I mean, I was fired from my job. I lost kind of, everything because of my presence online. And now this is what I get to do. And it's just fantastic. You can't predict it. I never, ever would have predicted it. I'm sure you feel the same way of just like having so much support from just strangers online.
The fact that strangers like take time out of their day, like hundreds of thousands to comment and to like even have back and forth threads. I'm just like, it's a whole nother world, man. It's crazy.
Well, beyond that, I mean, from your friends and family, are they just so supportive, or are they like, what are you doing online? Like, go get a job. Like, are they the reaction?
Yeah, no, they're very supportive. It's cool.
Right.
I think they're still a little like, okay, yeah, I guess if it's working, sure. My grandparents are just like, do what if you enjoy that, do it. And like, yeah, bringing me opportunities, sure, why not?
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to explain to your parents or grandparents what you do online is like, just know that I'm happy. That's all that matters. I can pay my rent and I'm happy.
How long have you like been doing the app?
So I downloaded it and I kind of was just like a consumer for a while of like May 2019, June 2019. And then into late July, I posted my first video, which was a depression meal check. And it was me in bed, delirious, eating dry apples and just dry chocolate chips. And I laughed so hard I peed myself because I was just delirious. And it was also one of those like depression, like I was kind of manic. And so that kind of literally within 12 hours of posting it, I woke up the next morning and had like 30,000 followers. Jeez. And the video itself had like 1 million views and something else. And that was my only video. And I mean, just from the get-go, it was like, what is this? Like, what is this?
What have I just done?
Yeah, oh God, what have I done? And then the kombucha meme, the kombucha video, I uploaded to TikTok. And from then on, it was just, I'm sure you feel this pressure too of like, I knew the eyes were on me. So I was pumping out content left and right, because I knew that like, we've seen it come and go, the 15 seconds of fame. And it's one of those things of like, if you can sustain it, try to sustain it. If the talent's there, I mean, obviously you're a skilled, trained dancer. I had been making videos like that for just my friends, for years. So I just kind of kept uploading stuff and here we are. So, so that's kind of, yeah, people get really nostalgic of like that time period, like summer 2019, because that was before, it became super popular the way that it is today. And there's definitely pros and cons to it. So I'm interested in the time period that you entered into where a lot of people downloaded the app around that time because they were bored to tears in quarantine. Was that one of the reasons that you wanted to see what was going on?
For sure. Yeah. I think me as I'm active in the dance scene and just, I guess, in social media, I'm always seeing my friends do stuff and a lot of dancers are still popping on TikTok too. So I was constantly getting it without even trying to get it. I was and I was seeing how people's careers were being boosted from the app. And I was like, oh, something's going on. Okay, you'd be almost a fool to not at least try and consider like, looking at it. And then it's like one of those things, man, like it's the best.
It is.
TikTok is just, and I always make a joke to my friends, like TikTok is on crack right now. The content that you find on here is just like
next level.
Next level, man. You can go into like rabbit holes up the wazoo, like just for a good 2 hours, just finding the coolest stuff ever.
Where do you find yourself? Where do you find yourself? What are the little subgenres of TikTok you're in? It's
like, I honestly think it changes every week and a half.
Do you know those ones where they're out in the middle of the woods and it's just like a kettle and a flame and they cook like a steak dinner. And I'm like, what would possess? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? I'm glad you did, but why?
Right. It's like, I didn't know I needed this, but it's so satisfying. I'm going to watch the whole video, like pretty much. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Just curious. Are you in LA right now? I don't know why.
I am in LA.
You are in LA. You're from LA.
Hell no. I moved from Texas.
You're from Texas.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a running joke that you were from Britain or something?
Oh yeah. I have the internet convinced that I'm British. They like genuinely believe Not sure why. Well, I do know why. Because in the beginning, I'd do like a lot of, like this, I'd talk and I'd do like Love Island accents, you know what I mean? So like, and so I did that enough to where they were genuinely like, I don't know why she fakes an American accent. Her American accent isn't that good. I'm like, oh God, okay.
Oh, so, yeah. No. They thought the actual British accent was better than your normal voice.
That's insulting.
Yeah. But, hey, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, cool.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Well, hey, I wanna go back to what you were talking about earlier about just kind of get into the more like, where did you train? You said you've been dancing since you were 13. What studios have you danced at? Would you say the dance community is like really competitive? Is it positive? Just kind of walk me through that experience because that's a decade you've been doing that. How do you make money? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah. We're going to go. We're going to get
we're going.
We're going. So I've been dancing since I was 13. That was mostly as like a hobby. It was like a genuine hobby, but I didn't take it seriously until 18, 19. That's with like training and taking classes. And then at first I used to do like dance teams. Like, are you familiar with like, so there's a whole other world out there. I know a lot of people don't know, but there's like a thing called dance team, collegiate teams, competitions.
Sure.
So literally a group of 40 people will stay in the studio, practice till 3 or 4 a.m. to compete on stage with 20 other crews for 5 minutes and then hope they get first, second, or third place. And then if you don't, you get to party after with everyone else. Like that was my culture and like of me falling in love with dance and like community and all this stuff. So yeah, I went from there and then I started transferring over to like the industry side. That's like where you start taking classes for music videos, gigs, more entertainment work.
Versus stage dance?
Versus just like competition, yeah, with your friends for a trophy type of thing, you know? Which I love it to death, but it just seems a little like limiting to yourself. The sense of community is there, but for your personal career, it's like so
very much 2011, 2010.
Yeah, no, this isn't You Got Served, man. I need to live off this.
This isn't Bring It On.
What am I gonna do with the trophy? Come on, hey, give me something here. What is this? But yeah, so then I just went from there to over the actual industry, where I built my love for, instead of just backing or dancing background for like an artist or something, I had the passion to teach and choreograph professionally. So I was teaching classes, traveling internationally, like traveling nationally. That was like my life. And that was like my main bread and butter of income, was like going to different places and traveling and teaching, which choreography is like my thing. Obviously, if you could see from the silly dances I do, sometimes I kind of spice it up every now and then, but yeah, it's part of me. It's part of my brand. Like choreography, I think, or just movement in general will always be there.
It's one of those things of like, and TikTok's good at this, of like, it's understood that pretty much every video you see is a joke. And so when you see like genuine talent come out, you know, where it's like, oh, obviously he's kidding, of like, he's in the windbreaker and all that, bleep that. And it's like, okay, it's like a bit, but then when you actually, it's like, oh, so he can dance. Oh, so he's like good. Oh, so he's a professional. Got it. And I do that like with like singing videos all the time. I'm like, oh, she can kind of sing. And then I go to their page and I'm like, oh, it's a professional recording artist. And they're just sticking around on TikTok. So
they've been doing this for 12 years. So
literally. They have like
that's so
a plaque
funny.
on the wall.
Yeah. That's a common thing. I get comments on that all the time. Like, oh my God, he's getting better in front of my eyes. Like he's actually growing. It's like, you serious? Like I've been doing this.
Yeah.
They think like each video is like, it's my first time dancing or something. It's so funny.
All right, I'm going to queue up a video of yours, and I want you to walk us through just like generally the behind the scenes process. How many takes, does this take? Who are all the members in your crew? Do you choreograph? Is it like a joint effort? How long does it take? Just kind of walk us through that. So we're going to pull up a clip now.
Yeah, so this video, I got the insane pleasure of working with this super dope what do you even say, like videographer. He shoots for official music videos. His name is Glassface. This dude is amazing. We're gonna be working on a lot of cool new stuff this year, a new series. I'll get into that in a sec. But anyways, about this specific video, so with Glassface, he was able to shoot and edit this. I was able to work with my boys. I got William over here. I got is that Trey in the back? Yeah, Trey in the back. Mikey, Mikey, who just became a father this year. Congrats to him, man.
Congrats, Mikey.
Became a father during COVID, man. Awesome stuff. Bro.
Dang.
So TJ,
God bless him.
Yeah, and then TJ in the back. So there's another warrior of mine. I mean, I would be a fool to not mention him. His name is Rex. He's the guy with like the Jesus-like hair and glasses. Sure. A fan favorite. Like, people love this guy, and you know he's out of town for family stuff right now. And I get comments every video like, "Where's Rex? When's Rex?" Like, Jesus Christ, guys! When it first started happening, I was like, "Okay, yeah, he's gonna be back. Like, don't worry." I would give like a nice little explanation, and then so many comments are coming out now. I'm just like, he's on vacation.
Bring him back.
Sometimes I'll just say vacation, 2 weeks. Like, I'll just keep it really blunt because it's just like so many, you know.
Coward, but, you're hiding him from us.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a super fun. That was a super fun video.
Yeah, that's sick. That editing is fantastic.
It's phenomenal. Yeah.
So how long did that take to choreograph?
That one takes. I've been fortunate enough. I mean, I've been choreographed for a very, very long time, so it's super natural to me. It takes like an hour or less, and I just make the moves. And it depends, like, you know, if I'm eating something or if I'm like doing something. But if I'm in the zone, it can be like within an hour or less, like making a whole little 30-second routine.
And have everyone learn it?
Yeah, no, I'm working with, they're all professionals, man. They learn that.
Oh, sure.
Why? We'll be shooting that. So I found the perfect rhythm, and I found the perfect guys who are just always down, can learn it on the spot. And you know, if ever I need like, oh, what should we do here? They'll be like, oh, yeah, try this. Okay, cool. Like, we have such a good rhythm. And I think with that kind of rhythm, it's going to be just even more successful for the future, you know?
And how did you pick like the audio? How many drafts of this were there?
It's right. So the audio, the song is by Eamon Beck. Are you familiar with Eamon Beck? He's the one
Absolutely
that
made
not.
Banger.
Yeah. Literally like the best remix of, what was it, 2019, 2020, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that song, ever since that song, I fell in love with this artist, and he released something new. So I was like, bro, heck yeah, let me get on this. And it's like, and it's saying goodbye, and like we're saying goodbye to 2020. It just one of these, you know, clicked in. Chef's kiss, exactly. So yeah, I think I just put those two together, and I was like, all right, let's have fun. And I'm gonna be very honest. I think there's a beauty with choreographing in this character that I do. I guess like the motivational warrior thing. It has such like a non-pressure, like a lightheartedness to it. It just makes it so much easier to like not overthink about, oh, what looks cool and like what, you know. I found a perfect medium of not over, because I guess like back in my other days when I would teach and try to look cool for class so other countries can book me and all this stuff.
Sure.
You're like in your head of like, okay, what looks cool? Oh, okay, I gotta act extra swaggy. I gotta do a little technique and all this other stuff. In the face. There's a certain thing, like, you know, you have to make yourself feel good, but at the end of the day, there's still like a little pressure in a way. And if any dancer tells you that they don't have that, they're lying. Any professional dancer, there definitely is that. But creating in this environment, it's so cool. It's so like, I don't second guess anything. Yeah, it's so relaxed. It's like, if I want to mess around and do like a little quirky little workout move or something in the middle of it, I could just do that. Like it's so cool. And I think it's almost made its own little hybrid style or something. Like it's like a dance comedy thing. Yeah. I don't even know how to explain it. But
I was gonna ask, is that like, you know, do you notice a difference in your engagement of like when you post a full out, just, you know, you just going for it versus one of these funny, because you have such a natural wit and sense of humor, and it's just, you're so fun to banter with. So do people react more to that versus just you butt crack sweating it out? Do you notice a difference?
Maybe there's a little bit. It has its days. I don't know. I almost can't even predict it anymore. TikTok is a little interesting on the algorithm. I would say for anything dancing or with cool synchronization, there are a little bit more eyes in that sense.
Sure.
But sometimes I'll release like just a silly comedy video of me talking, or maybe me doing a boy band audition, and I'm just, you know, being my own little audition character, and that'll get decent reception too. So yeah, I think it goes both ways, and that's what I want to tackle into more this year. I want to build. I want to showcase different characters, not just like relying on dance. Like I want to, you know, relish in my Jasonness, if you will.
Ooh, sensing a little growth, smelling some growth.
I mean, if there's anyone I'm watching, it's definitely you, because you have mastered that. You could just literally you can pull out your phone and make anything just like engaging. I'm like, this is hilarious. She's like, and
I appreciate that, but it's not true.
Wait, is there like any drafts for every like video you post, and you're just like, no, I didn't say that right, let me try that again? Like, is it off the fly? Like, how is it for you?
No, usually I'm on the toilet. I'm on the toilet or I'm in bed, and I have a singular thought in my empty brain, and I say, I should put this on the internet, and then I do. Sometimes it doesn't go well, but most times it does. So I don't know. I think there's, because you're talking about that relaxed nature of TikTok, of I've noticed that when I put super extra effort into like overproducing a skit and doing all this, if I have to go, you know, put on a costume or something like that, it does horribly. And I don't have fun doing it. So learning from that, and like, I'm putting all this effort into this where people just want to see. I mean, we're seeing now more than ever the rise of just people becoming popular because they're likable, because they're personable, and you can, like, all the comments are like, I just want to be your best friend. Yeah. That is, I mean, what a time, because we came from the internet where it was like these overproduced, you know, comedy skits that are just like, obviously so much time and effort went into them, and they're just not appreciated anymore. So I think that's kind of the beauty, is just like, how lucky am I to be able to just be myself and people like it, you know, like literally laying in my bedroom during a global pandemic, and I'm able to spread joy. I'm sure you feel the same, of just like, you're doing what you've always done and people are getting so much from it. What a unique life experience for us, you know?
So true. Yeah. And I fully am enamored and respect like what you've done in that sense. Like, and that's something I would even like to appreciate too, because even and I would say with all of my stuff, there is some sense of like production or prep.
Well, sure. Yeah.
Choreographing, teaching, whatever. And like,
and there's other people involved. That's a whole other element.
Still, it hasn't had a burden feeling, but there is sometimes where I'm just like, I just want to put a phone down, man, and just make something. But then I'm always like, what if it doesn't get a lot of views, you know? But that's just like classic, you know, judging yourself and whatnot.
Everybody gets caught up in that. Every single, because, you know, there's the here's a little inside scoop for you TikTok viewers. We overutilize the friends only feature. Creators do, I would say, to kind of share those sentiments of like, I'm starting to let the numbers affect, you know, what I like to do. And the TikTok community is so supportive in that regard, of like, think about why you started posting in the beginning. It's because you love what you do, and what you were posting made you happy or made you smile. So get back to that, because the numbers, like you said, the algorithm is so unpredictable. So all you can do is really just post what you're good at. So you're talking about growth. I would urge you to, you know, post whatever you want to see from yourself.
Absolutely.
That's just, dang. I'm dropping these gold nuggets.
That's a jammer. That's why she's running the show right here, man. That's Brittany Broski. I don't know if you know this.
And we're here. And we're back.
And we're back. All righty, guys.
Well, I wanted to ask you about, you know, just having a platform in general. Are there any issues that you feel pressured to speak about? Are you passionate about anything? You know, do you see yourself as a creator more, or as a choreographer? You know, let's talk about your identity online.
Yeah, I think I definitely, and that's a good question. I do see myself as a creator. I see myself as my own through the span of it, because you do have to think of like what lane you want to go, and like what, you know, get out of the whole experience. I do see myself as a creator for sure. I have to pay respects to that, because, you know, I did create and people gave me a response response, and that response has been doing wonders for myself and my life, and I love giving back and whatnot. You're showing different sides of, you know, what you also have to offer as well. So
yeah, like
I'm
a
showing
portfolio.
acting capabilities, comedy. You can see a little bit of everything. What was you had one more other interesting aspect of your question? What was it again?
Just with the platform, are there any issues that you feel pressured to speak on or that you're passionate about?
The issues, yes. So there is one issue, and this is just like a general thing, and it's not with the platform itself. There's just this weird non-cohesiveness with people's expectations of like this thing called viral.
Ooh, this is a good conversation.
I think people don't understand, like everyone is trying to go like viral, or like, yo, if this video gets 1 million, this is this. It's like, okay, you know how easy it is to get 1 million likes? Like, what are you gonna do for the next one? Are you gonna do that again? It's not gonna work again. If you do, like, you have to find something deeper within what you really want to put out and what you.
My heart's like racing. I love talking about this. It's so interesting of like, what are people going for? You know, like for part 2, if I hit 300,000, part 2, it's like, what are you hoping to achieve by doing that? Because if your whole entire platform is based around getting more followers and like, that's your whole shtick, what are you doing? People are not going to stick around.
Yes, that's going to die quickly. Like, and you mentioned earlier, like, it's one of those 15-minute flames. Like, yeah, it's cool. You got 2 million from a video or something, but you know, it's not, there's no longevity in that. You're going to crash if that's your sole purpose of using this app. So that's like my main thing. And I view it all the time. Sometimes people do deserve it though. I like an artist recently I found who I'm like enamored with. Lublin. You're familiar with this?
Oh yeah. No, literally changing the game forever. I discovered him like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, this is genius. Because the crux of it is like, well, for those listening that don't know, he finds these, he's a producer, he finds these comment sections on Facebook of just boomers arguing with each other about nothing. And
for the people who don't know, boomers are old people. Okay.
Yeah, 55 and up. Right. I would say. And he takes these comment sections and absolutely turns them into musical just miracles. He reads them off, and there's like a beat, and he does a little like and it's just fantastic. And then he shows them too as he, you know, is singing the song. So you duetted one of his videos, and you used the audio. Could you tell us about that video?
Yeah, I've duetted a few. There's moments in life, man, where I just emotionally connect to something and I need to like tackle it. Sure. I saw that. So I found his original video, the first one he posted, in the first like 2 hours. And it got like 1 million views in 2 hours. So I was like, oh, okay, this is like very
fantastic.
It was goddamn amazing. Okay.
It was amazing.
So yeah, I found it. And I like checked this guy's page out. He had 18,000 followers. And I'm like, follow now. I even messaged him. I'm like, bro, this is amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, blah, blah, you know, classic and whatnot. He followed back, which I thought was super cool. Without even thinking, I was like, I got to make a routine to this. Like, this is just speaking to my soul. The dancer in me came out. Like, let me make a little routine.
Sure.
I was like, stop moving. And then, yeah, we just did a little duet. And now we have like a little, me and Lube. I call him Mr. Luby. Luby Lube.
Oh, I'm sure he loves that.
Yeah, no, never heard that one before for sure. Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, not Jason Rodelo telling me about my name.
Yeah, that's a video. That's a video right there. Let me put that in the comments.
Write that down. Write that down.
Yeah, write that down. But yeah, so we actually have a little relationship now, where he lets me know like when he's gonna drop something, and then I'll be like, oh, cool. Hey. Like, because he knows, like, I'm duetting. Anything that man touches, I'm duetting it. Stuff's going down, you know? Yeah. But if we can circle back, this Lubalin character is a perfect representation of, like, he honed in on something he genuinely loves. He's trying to be creative, do something new, give a little twist, and he's getting the recognition he deserves. He's not following trends. He's not trying to go viral. I mean, it's going viral naturally, but
it's so deserved.
Yeah, it's just, I think that's a cool, people should also remember that, because I think another aspect of TikTok is I think consistency, I understand the consistency factor, but also don't forget like quality in a sense.
Yep.
So even if you are by yourself, or even if you are doing something overproduced or doing something with anyone, like just try to remember a quality factor.
Yeah.
And it's okay to build quality. Sometimes, you know, you're starting out. It's cool. Like keep trying at it, but try to have that in the back of your mind when creating. And don't just like try to go viral. Like these little things that are just viral for no reason. No one cares. Like, viral is easy to come on. So yeah, I just had to get that off my chest, man. That was one thing I just know the platform there. But TikTok itself, yeah, keep going. You're amazing.
Going into you know, kind of just the platform in general of TikTok. Where does that, I mean, do you ever get unmotivated? I mean, you're the motivation king. Do you ever go through just dry spurts of just like, I have nothing to offer?
Absolutely. I think everyone
how do you get out of that?
My personal thing, I think what digs people into their holes when they do get into that spout, that depressive spout, you attach emotionally to like, oh, I'm not feeling it. Oh no, I lost it. Oh no, time's passing by. Like you have to know, as a human being, you are going to feel these things. So I've been fortunate enough to find my rhythm of like, whenever I feel like that, I literally have to like almost step out of body, be like, okay, Jason, it's one of those days. Breathe, sit down, eat something, like do
put your records on.
Put your favorite song. Yeah, put your favorite song on.
Exactly.
So that's my little rhythm. You know, other people have it a little harder than others. Just take your time. Take your time. There's no rush. People aren't, you know, people have an anxiety of like, oh, I'm being watched. I need to like make something. If you've been posting every day and you need to take a 3 or 4 day break, I recommend taking it because your sanity is more important than just posting.
Absolutely.
One video, you know?
And when you think about how unrealistic that is too, of like consistently pumping out groundbreaking, envelope pushing content day in and day, it's like there's no one can do that. So I think there's so much pressure that we put on ourselves when really it's like if you're not having fun in your videos, people will clock that and they'll stop watching, because that's what, you know, like it's for me and for a lot of people, TikTok is escapism. I open TikTok because it makes me happy and I see people having fun and that makes me happy and I feel inspired. And so when if I'm not feeling inspired and I'm forcing myself to create, it'll be miserable and it won't do well and then I'll death spiral. So I think that's kind of a sentiment among a lot of creators.
Yeah, you hit so many awesome points about that. I think that's a huge point. You have to enjoy the thing you are making. Don't try. And, you know, by all means, like CEO, don't forget to try new things. You can try new things, but if you're noticing like, okay, yeah, this can get me more followers, but I'm not enjoying it, like that's going to bite you in the butt.
Yeah, turn around, run away.
Yes, that's gonna.
Well, Jason Rodelo, what is the best piece of advice you have ever personally gotten, and would you like to share it with the world?
You have to enjoy what you're doing. Don't be afraid to try new things. That's like,
and that's how you round it out. Third time's a charm.
And that's it. All righty, take it easy, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, can we kick him out of the stream?
Just conk. Okay. And yeah, I just like to don't forget to like breathe. Yeah, take your time. I think that's one of the hugest things, man, because when you're just aware that, you know, at the end of the day, no one really cares. Like, yeah, if you don't post for a while or even whatever you're doing, just you are your own person.
Be graceful with yourself.
Take your time with whatever you're doing. There's no rush.
Beautiful. Beautifully said.
I can be, like I said, when I do my motivations, I'm not online looking up, okay, what motivations we got today? Like I just say things that I like, if it pops in my head, like, oh yeah, this is what I'm feeling. Oh, this is something I am noticing in today's world. Oh, this is something it's stuff
from the gut.
There is some comedy in it, but yeah, it's genuine stuff that I live by and view, observe. So yeah, I could be here for a whole 2 hours talking about how you should change yourself for the better, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, but I'll censor myself. Nah. Well, Jason, thank you so much for joining us. This has been a pleasure of a conversation. And it's so good to see you. Because we met on the New Year's Eve live stream.
Yes. I want to say that experience was awesome. I was a little, I get it was like a busy day and like you guys had to keep the ball rolling. Brittany, your energy that day, even from the first, because when you use big names and you're like, I've seen it so many times, especially being in the entertainment industry prior. Like you meet these people that have like a following or like some kind of presence in entertainment. You meet them, you're just like, oh God, it's just a facade. It's all a facade. Like they're not. They're just an idea of them online. Like but you are like what you see in the videos is Brittany. Like this isn't a fake anything. So even TikTok, you did well with using this person as the face of your future entities and whatnot. No, you're perfect for it, and
I'd give you a big kiss on the forehead, Jason Rodelo, but I can't because coronavirus.
Yeah, coronavirus, goddamn coronavirus, Jesus Christ.
Well, where can we find you?
So
all over social media.
Just my name, Jason Rodelo, JasonRodelo.
I had to think about that one for a second.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, one else, who else? Thank you guys.
Well, thank you so much. We'll talk soon.
Definitely, Britt. Love you, girl. Thanks for having me on.
My pleasure.